Right, YouTube should be live. YouTube is live. PC crashed. The PC crashed. Sadly. There's nothing that could be done.
You need anything?
Annoyingly.
Nah, I'm good, Touche. Hey, how's the kiddo, by the way?
She's doing great. She just lost another baby tooth. She's really
checking
starting to read
Discords.
too. Her dad's teaching her.
How about that?
There was nothing I could do, sadly.
I remember when she was old.
There was literally nothing I could do.
Oh, bless you.
Literally.
Must be proud.
She's the light of my life. You know, she's why I'm not out there anymore. Can't put her at risk. I'll just have to live vicariously through the trackers that stole through here.
Right, we go here. Denzi, how you doing? I kind of loathe calling it a bro split. Because there's nothing wrong with training a single body part per workout as long as you know, do adequate sort of volume and you got a decent amount of time in the week to train them and stuff like that. But I do what I guess would be classically known as a bro split. I might do a little bit of one muscle group when I do another, but for the most part, I just do one. Like chest, back, shoulders, arms, legs. Legs, I'll prioritize one or the other, depending on the day sometimes. Like I prioritize quads or hamstrings. But that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Roach bait, I see you.
Huh?
£30 and £5 part of your new
Okay, what's your point?
£5 in 30. Well, the chair, I see you,
rat.
and Juzzy, I see you.
Swear to God.
£5 in 30 days. Weight gain. Just don't eat too much shit food. You have to basically, if you want to do it properly, you have to weigh your foods, or at least scan with an app so you know what you're taking in, and then add something like a shake or an extra meal, like a semi-decent clean meal, and don't just start eating everything in sight. Work out what you're roughly eating day by day. Let's say you're eating like 2,400 calories or something like that, and then go up to between 2,700 to 3,000 maybe if you have like not a cheap meal, but say you go out for the day or you have a burger or you have some shit. Just don't eat loads of crap and think to yourself it doesn't matter. It does. Tracking macros and all that, like how much protein you're getting, is a pain in the ass. But it's, you know, it's not the worst thing in the world. Hang on. If you message me on Discord right there. If you message me on Discord. Did that fucking... Oh, I know why. Okay, hold up. Let me get all the bots turned on. This fucking... Can you believe this? Mix it up might not work now. Some of the things might not work. Audio and legs. You want to be skinny again, bro? Just keep hammering detractor media. Custom plans. You don't. No one need. Honestly, people don't need custom plans. The vast majority of people don't need like what you would say like a custom plan. It's just like having a custom workout plan is kind of like, you know, like that's like even I don't know. Most people just don't need that. You just need all the basics and you need to stick to them. You just need the basics and you need to stick to them. There you go. You can message me on Discord and I'll give you a bunch of advice. Right, should we get back onto this degeneracy?
He acts like one, bro. The only reason I'm here is because my mom, bro. That's all I got.
They've never had sex.
Say what you want, bro.
All right,
I guess
I told
that's
you we
what
start
it is.
doing this
Bro.
more often.
For years.
My wife and I deserve more
Just
time together
recently
for
went to
sure.
Starvation, bro. It doesn't make
He
any
ain't
sense.
fucking her.
Things
That's
were
for
That's
heating
sure.
up in
working.
general in the boss man household, and even after having been drywalled shut, his wall was once again going to suffer the consequences of Austin's wrath. For a moment there, it seemed like that'd be all for the day, as Austin became distracted and targeted members of the chat and his card dealer. A moment later, Austin manages to secure
That's
a
'cause there's
win,
no
which made
God,
him
Juzzy.
rediscover his faith.
God, there's a God. There's a God up there. There's a God. There's a God.
Wow.
There's a God out there. I'm telling you what, boy.
There's definitely not.
Unfortunately, his hopes were soon dashed, and this was the result. This roller coaster of emotions and outbursts is exactly what gets people hooked on Boss Man. That and his catchphrases such as F my life, I'm so depressed, can anybody help me, and his never-ending cycle of things that he'll supposedly do with his money, such as fixing his door, although this money inevitably turns
He's
into
not like
weed
that.
money or more gambling losses. More importantly, he eventually started fixating on cashing out after a big win so that he could finally buy himself a Honda Civic. By the way, that's a fine car, but it's by no means some kind of distant and unattainable, expensive luxury supercar. And if he spent half of the time that he spends gambling working on actually making
around.
money from a job, he would have had that car
Each
long
day
ago.
I normally
It just
respond
goes
to
show
people.
how broke and out of his mind Boss Man has made himself. To top it all off,
If
whenever
I'm
you
on
think
it, it'll
he's
be
bottomed
then.
out,
If
you
not,
can
it'll be
bet your
within like a
bottom
day.
dollar
I always
that you will
respond to
find a way
people.
to dig even deeper.
I just lost everything. Have a good day, everybody. Wow. I cannot believe that. Wow.
Likewise, whenever he hits a new low, he'll find a way to make it out of the hole.
I'll respond to you, dude.
Sometimes with the help of
Probably
some
not when I'm on
divine
stream.
intervention.
Please, Lord, please be with me. Please, Lord, be with me. Please, Lord, be with me, man. Please. Oh my God, yes! Oh my God, yeah!
Oh my god. I just lost it all. Oh well. Oh well.
However, Austin's financial status swayed due to some bullish investments he made online,
Oh.
and a few things were constants for him, one of them being his unwavering hatred for rats, and honestly at this point, it was kind of justified. Austin undoubtedly did a lot of bad
Shut up,
and
Tom.
weird things, but this particular period is marked by his
Shut up,
detractors
Tom,
doing
you little
things by
nonce-looking
sending him
creep.
mountains of packages and harassing his family members all the way to his brother's ex-wife, which
Fuck
is
'em.
simply
Fuck 'em
unjustified.
all.
And of all of Austin's crap
They should have all
outs, the
stepped
ones
in.
over these specific rats are
The
most
responsibility
understandable.
falls on
Though
them.
The exact placement of it in the Boss Man timeline is difficult to establish. There was one instance during the time when Austin was still on Twitch chat. After calling and texting his parents for months, the people behind his dock sent him a bag of poop in the mail, and his mother opened it. In the messages he sent about it, Austin says he doesn't even know if it was real, so it might have just been a prank. Either way, having your middle-aged mom open up a package full of fecal matter, whether from a dog or a human being, is some truly twisted work. As understand
She's part of the reason he is the way he is. So she bears some of the responsibility. She is part of the reason that he is the way he is. So unfortunately, she does indeed bear the responsibility also. If she had disciplined that child and set boundaries, he wouldn't act this way. He wouldn't draw the ire of the whole internet. I see OIC, where are you real? Yeah, big ups. I'm live everywhere, dudes. Oh my god, I've got to delete. Look, Mailman, we've got another one of these. Listen to these messages. I love this. Look at this. Hey, buddy. I saw your channel and noticed you're streaming nice content. And you need more followers and views to boost your engagement and achieve affiliate or verified status within a month. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get that within a month, mate. And now the verification has changed. This is seasoned to achieve the partnership in few days, pushing you closer to earning $1,000 per live stream. Imagine! Feel free to contact me for more info. My Discord name is BuckyExpert09. I should do a stream where I literally message one of these people on Discord and say, hello, are you going to get me a bunch of followers, and see how much money they try and charge you? Yes, for the low, low price of $350,000. Looks very legit, doesn't it? This looks very legit. I think they could probably get me a lot of followers. This Kilo Mertil, whatever the fuck. Can you see when their profile was like, it's not like Twitch where it gives you like the history. It doesn't tell you how old the profile is or nothing like that, sadly. Oh, the Mailman banned them. Mailman already got them. Mailman already got them. Pro Juzzy51 follows. 2 bans today, Mailman. 1 each. Look, we're even today. See, I put some emotes on there already. I already put some emotes on there. I think that's my main. Yeah, but the face palm is my main thing on there now. How do you do the? I put some more emotes. Is it? Where is it? Community. Yeah, here we go. Okay, let's have some more emote. Okay, you can have jam. Image must be smaller than 1 megabyte.
I've never run into this thing before. What is it, a money creature?
Money creature, I hear your thing going.
Yeah, look, it's a money creature. It just throws money around.
Smaller than 1 megabyte. Maybe that one will work. That one works. Okay, you can have jam. Subscriber over. You get 60 and 60 is quite wild. But I mean, they're going to do that because there's way less people. Is that one too big? 1.16, fuck you. I'll have to go through some of these. Have the new gen. Let's have... I think the party emote is... No, we can have party. That's the Juzzy made emote. You can have party. And then whilst I'm here... Oh, I know what you can have. I know what you can have. I have the perfect... If it's big... If it's not too... big. That one. Yeah, you can have demon.
Oh, look at that.
And you know what? Just because he's so cool. There's an error. Oh, bro, fuck you. Oh, no. Will that one not work then? I'm gonna have to find a fucking another one. Right, fuck you. That annoyed me specifically. Okay, you can have marked rage. That one's not gonna work. Okay, that one works for some reason. There you go. All the Twitch emotes. You can spam everything you like. OIC, where are you, real? Sorry if I was just messing around there. They can all be animated, yeah. But I mean, you've got to do that, haven't you? If you're Kick, you've got to do that. Like, you have to do that. Really. You got to do something. You got to do something.
Understandable as him being upset about these things is, it's not so understandable
Hate
when he
Army
starts
troll.
attacking
It's the Hate Army, bro.
characters in
Hate
the gambling
Army,
games he
that guy.
plays.
Hate Army,
Hate Army General.
doing the
Doing
Hate
the
Army
shit.
shit.
Good vibes to the Hate Army.
Shout out to Hate.
Shout out
Most
for
likely,
hate.
this degree of
Shout out
rage was
for
brought to
hate.
us by Boss Man's much-needed
Big ups, Hate Army.
as it's known to do.
How you
While it's
doing?
hard to precisely establish when he was
Brian
doing
S.,
it,
how
we
you
can
doing?
comfortably guess that he was on it more than he was off.
Oh my god, what did I just do?
Oh my god, what did I just do?
Dude,
Ah.
I just lost 2.5 grand tonight,
Finally, after months of unfettered insanity, the Rats finally made some progress in their everlasting war against the Boss Man.
dude. Ouch.
Ouch.
This wasn't a total defeat, more of a temporary retreat, as Austin got banned for 3 days on Twitch and sent reeling to his at the time functioning Discord server, and for a brief period, Austin had peace in his life, as he wasn't enslaved to the juicers for a few days. He gave his closest followers a tour of his house, and it turned out to be pretty interesting. Despite looking like
Wonder
he
what
belonged
he's
in
doing
a crack
now.
house,
I mean,
his bedroom looked pretty decent.
Super crazy, probably just laying low, lurking. I reckon he's probably lurking streams. And just probably thinking, why did I, like, take people's money and just not, like, spunk it? It wasn't even that much money. How much was it? 3 grand? Bro, that's not even a lot of money. Like, that's not even that much money. Like, if he'd have raised 100 grand for a lawsuit and then just took it, like, that, I could understand that. But it was like 3 grand. It's because it's one of the only gotchas he has to try. And I don't know. He just latched on to Super Crazy as well. Yeah, burned it all down for 3K. And what was annoying is his content was quite good. Super Crazy's content was alright. He made some decent videos. He's kind of funny. Yeah, he's probably grinding his regular job. He probably paid off a loan he had or some shit and just thought, fuck, what'd I do that for? Like you said, burned it all for 3 grand. It was something like that. It wasn't a lot of money. I'll give $10. Didn't bother me. I thought it'd wind DSP up. He could have asked for it, yeah, I mean, you know. He wasn't, like, as far as I'm aware, seen as some cunt before that happened. He was like relatively respected dude, right? He had some good videos, some high view videos. Like, people like that guy. So God knows what went through his head to do that. No idea, mate.
With the notable exception of his desk, which looked like it had been hit with a trash sandblaster.
So 360 degree, here's a little bookcase. My computer, my screens, my webcam, my mic, my bong, my cigarettes, all that good stuff. Over here. That's definitely not lotion on the bed, dude. It's not. It's not. I promise.
Otherwise, it was pretty humanizing and even funny to see the boss man share his living situation.
Your room doesn't look too bad. Mine is worse. Dude, my room is big. Look how big my fucking room is, dude. It's a nice size, dude. I got the biggest room in the house.
As he went through the rest of the house, it was easy to see that Austin's family had a pretty nice place, which is even more incongruous with their son's hellscape bedroom with Swiss cheese
and why would
walls.
you let him do that to your
his
house?
trolls found his address and discovered his house was close to $500,000 and was even nicer from the outside. The cost to rent this place is well over 2 grand, and Austin lived there rent-free. And if that's not enough, we learn about even more benefits from Austin himself.
No, I said that we get free internet for life for 10 years actually, because they had to put pipes in our yard for our neighbors to get the fiber optic internet. My parents are retired because there's a gas drilling company up at our cabin, which we have 200 some acres on, and they're drilling for natural gas, which they've struck a lot of. And my parents get monthly checks from them.
Wow. Not only does he get free internet, but his parents get checks from a gas company, which goes a long way to explain how they can afford their son's eccentric proclivities, including but not limited to turning his bedroom into a Theseus ship that has to be reconstructed every month due to him destroying it into the ground with rage. In the same house tour video, he admits to being 27 years old and not even contributing to the groceries, meaning he pays for nothing except for his drugs. I should specify that there's nothing wrong with being this well off by itself, but squandering that insane degree of wealth and comfort by purposely putting yourself in infinite gambling debt and stressing out in your crack shack bedroom while strung out on 3 different hard drugs is really one of the worst paths you can possibly take in this situation. At any point,
Tom,
he could
don't
simply
excuse
walk
him,
away
bitch
from
boy.
it all and call it a day, but every time he tried, he felt them call out for him. The juicers, the hot streak, the new door, the Honda Civic, and every time he came back, only for it to go the exact same way. Every single time.
No!
As soon as his 3-day reprieve ended, right back to the Thresher Austin went. And though there aren't as many notable moments during the month,
this is 5.5 hours, and I've watched 42 minutes. How's there another 5 hours of this?
June 2023, the few we do have
How?
don't look good.
I just lost it all. Oh my.
I've done
Soon
it.
after, he once again teased the rat community with the possibility of their success.
I'm not doing it
by
all tonight,
pretending he would delete his
obviously.
Twitch channel. But clearly, this was just done to further humiliate and dominate them, as everyone knew he was about to make a comeback and win big. Near the end of the month, he pulls an Invader V.
Watch me lose every day, bro. 99% of my viewers, they pay for internet, electricity, utilities, but they can't support me at all. So sad, dude. Or if they do want to help me, they want interest money. They accept interest money every time. Anybody that charges me interest, I don't want to talk to you ever again. I literally don't want to talk to you.
To be fair, you can't blame people for trying to turn their donations to Boss Man into an investment, as his invincible hot streak was obviously going to come up soon, and they wanted a piece of it. The documentation of his activities during the middle of 2023 was mainly carried out by a
that's
YouTube
true,
channel
Love
called
K, it'd be
OG
like
Clay,
25
with the
hours.
series Boss Man Jack doing boss things, which ultimately ran for over 100 episodes. To say that the month of July was rough on Boss Man is an
But
understatement.
there must be like a
It's all
route. I
gone,
just
dude.
don't see.
It's all gone, bro. I just lost $120, bro. Come on,
How can it be 5 more hours of different stuff?
man. Yeah! Another max bonus! Please pay me this time. Please. Come on, baby. Come on, cats. Come on, man.
Did
Oh
not
my God,
hit
we got
her.
one.
It's not true.
Give me another
It's
one. Give me
bullshit.
another one.
I did not hit
Bro,
her. I
oh
did
my
not.
God, dude.
Oh, hi,
Man,
Mark.
I lied, bro. Man, I'm so done, bro. Oh my God. Oh my God, bro.
That's the game of John Hayden.
I'm about to quit streaming, bro. I'm not kidding, bro. This has got to come to an end, dude. I'm gonna quit
Oh, so
streaming,
it's
dude.
not like.
I'm gonna quit streaming, bro.
It's crazy that
'Cause
even at his
obviously
worst, he
DSPs,
only
there's a
says that he'll quit
continuum.
streaming, but he never says he's going to quit gambling. The truth is, he just streams out of mercy for the rats, since he knows they need him more than he needs them. But to give Austin some rope here, it seems that he was
Michael
trying
Kitchen
to resist his
hater.
outbursts, often pacing throughout his room to calm down, and very frequently hitting a vape. Although it's hard to tell how effective this was, given that no matter at what given moment you check into his stream, his room is always in a state of disrepair, and he is fuming. In late July, we got the first ever Boss Man Jack doc on YouTube, and although it didn't get a lot of views, it was a signal that Austin was becoming increasingly infamous outside of his usual sphere of detractors. This video had some bad timing though, since it came out during a pretty uneventful period, and right before things
Non-linear.
really kicked into high gear once
Speaking
again.
of
In
which,
August,
let me see how the begging's going. Let me see how the begging's going. We haven't hit the goal yet.
Anyway, I need to get this moving, right?
We haven't hit the goal yet. I'm sure there would be some begging. We've got an hour though, so he's got an hour.
There's a secret in the drafting room with the magnifying glass too. Oh my
Renzo,
God.
how you doing? It won't be long. Someone will come in and save the day. I want to hit 3 goals today. He was going so crazy with the begging earlier.
We already know the answer to this though, don't we? Wasn't it December?
He was absolutely
date in
wild
December?
with it earlier. Or would he fake a huge tip? I don't know.
I think it was a date in December, wasn't it? What was it though? I'm trying to remember because this is the classroom or the study room, right? Yeah, the classroom. So there was a.
I have
there definitely
received.
was a piece there, and we were like, "Oh, it's December."
Guys,
Not
we're so
December.
close.
Fuck, what was it?
Let's get a drink. Fuck.
We did it before. It would be the same
Guys,
combination
we're
as
so
the
close.
safe.
Come on. Let's do it.
guys.
Let's do it. Come on. Let's do it. Oh my god, he's so dented. Look at this.
Here.
Absolutely dead face. Look at him. Look at him. Hang on. We'll find him again.
Trees under 2 stones.
Let's go.
Oh, look at that. Now, guys, this is the
I'm
goal.
assuming this is a combination. I think this is a
He was
combination.
reading a guide.
I think what we're looking at here is that
He might have just been reading chat, telling him.
like the number of apples on trees or something, but I'm not sure what.
Look at his dead face. It's so weird and awful. How's that possible? Bro, the dead fucking... I mean, if we're watching something, fair enough, but Jesus.
Look! There's names written on the wall.
Why is he beg? Because this is
Daja,
how he
Mia?
exists as a human being, sadly.
Oh my god, this game is so complex, it's ridiculous. There's details on the wall we may need to know for a
No,
puzzle
I
later.
think
Look.
I still think Ket cuts his hair. I think she likes to try. I'm sure.
Did we get any
Bro, I
gifted
can't
subs? Did
reach-
those count over
I can't
on
reach
Kit?
my back.
I think they
So
did.
annoying. Oh, yeah. It looks like he checks chat and then he checks the desk. It's like he's got his phone out on the desk. Yeah. You're right. Look at, you're right. It's exactly what it looks like. Look, he reads chat and then he looks at his phone and you see his arm come up. He checks something on the phone. Look, you're so right. Look, reads chat, looks at his phone, and then his hand comes up and he checks something. He's either looking at a notification on the phone or he's reading a guide. Yeah. For real. 100%. 100%. Yeah, 100%. Oh, he's so... Bro. It's a puzzle game, dude. Like...
Bye.
If I just like the idea that Ket does it. This makes me giggle. I love the idea that she's like... Because it's so uneven. When he has that fade, it's so uneven. Round the back, it's not even a fade.
All
It's
that
just
means that
like...
date is the combination to
It's
the
just
state.
so awful.
That's all that means, right?
It's so
Plus, they're saying
terrible.
If you count small gates, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 8 small gates.
Warski, but how's Warski know?
4, 5.
How's
Six,
Warski
8
know?
Small gates. What does that mean?
How can anyone watch him or give him money, Renzo, correct? Or give him money.
November 8th? Yeah, I don't know. 8? 11 instead of 7?
Yeah, to be
Oh
fair,
my
he was
God.
mailman, yeah. Maybe, I guess Warski was
red
watching him
letter
then, yeah?
was in the model. That's insane. Uncle, in a few hours we are departing. As planned, we will be taking the old Mountain Way tunnels to the north. We'll go as far as we can by trolley until the rails give out. Then we'll proceed on foot until we reach the southern border.
Yeah,
I've never
that
seen
way's
anything
chat,
so exciting,
there's the
nervous,
phone.
and heartbroken. I may never know if I've made the right decisions, but I made the ones I felt my father might have
Like,
wanted
that
to
way's
do
that
last.
chat, that way's kick
I'm
chat,
leaving
that
a
way's
message
the
for
phone.
Simon here in the safe house. this unhallowed cavern that we have called home for the last year. If something should happen to me, please guide him to this place. Try to show him what the lost days were all for.
Ugh.
That's it? That's it. So wait, so this proves that the uncle did actually evacuate his niece because she was accused of doing political writings.
Okay.
Even though she claims her books were never political. She said the books are not meant to be political. They're
Like the idea he
children's
pretends, well, that's what the
People
Kit
kept
Chat is. Like,
accusing
it's not
her
everybody.
Of writing political books, so she
Like,
became a
it's not
political
everybody.
outcast, and they were going to probably imprison her, so he evacuated her from the country. But
We
then
are
the
a little
story
get
became
guilty,
that the
Renzo. I
uncle did
mean, I
something
would get
messed
out
up,
now. I would
and
save
everyone
yourself
thought
if
they
I
it
was
him
you.
that had done it, but actually he had saved her rather
Save
than
yourself,
actually making her
bro.
disappear. Okay, we know the actual story of the game now. We legit
Let's get
know
some
the
New
actual full
Vegas.
story of the game.
Let's get some New Vegas rolling.
Lance Catamaran gifted 8 subs on Kick.
Oh, no.
Sorry, Lance. Obviously, I'm so crazy.
Oh,
into
no.
this game
He hit the goal.
that, you know, I can't get distracted.
He hit the
but
goal.
Lance, thank you so much. With those 8 gifted subs,
I can't. He's going to beg for the second one. He's going to beg for the second one. Here we
the
go.
goal for the stream.
Ready?
$48 out of 50 goals hit, folks.
Here we go.
Quick celebration because we still got a lot to do. Thank you, everyone, for your support. We had early support, and then it sputtered out, but then Lance did it and did that final slam dunk for us to hit the goal. 48 out of 50.
Did you see how, like...
The marathon. Again, I would love to do the marathon tomorrow.
Did you see how, like, non-bothered he was by that money? He was not bothered at all. That guy gifted 8 subs, and he was like, oh, yeah, we hit the goal, thanks. I think you're right about that one, OMG Zelda. I think he knew that one was coming. I think he knew that one was coming. $40, that is. And he's literally saying, I want to do the marathon, so give me another 150 in the next 40 minutes.
But that would mean hitting 2 more goals by the end of today. All right, the marathon tomorrow would be absolutely perfect for timing-wise, for everything we're doing. So let's see how it goes. Maybe we can hit another goal either on this stream or 2 tonight. I guess we'll have to see how it goes. All right, but thank you, Lance, so much for your support and allowing us to hit that goal. Thank you. Okay, so.
Yeah, he was just immediately into the bag. Weren't sitting there. He's not like... Tomorrow would be... Why would it be perfect? Because then Kat doesn't have to cook, which is something he always says. There was one other reason. Right, let me get a quick drink.
More worrisome. Bossman's
tight.
violent outbursts were increasing in frequency.
I just lost so much money! I just broke my computer screen. I'm a dumbass. Oh my god, I'm such an idiot. I can't believe I just did that.
Not only was he destroying his own setup, Stake was also showing itself to be even more unfair than initially believed, as every once in a while, Austin lost money even when he won.
Hello? My money. Got my money, please. That did look kind of crazy, bro. Red? What? What? That's 0. I better get my money, bro. Yeah, they have to. Am I gonna get my money? Wow, 32.
What happened in this clip is that Austin had bet on the green 0 and black, and despite the roulette ball landing on 0, Stake paid out to red, which Austin had precisely no bets on. Even the dealer was confused, and a manager eventually walked into frame and provided some excuse as to why they were paying out for red. But ultimately, the reason why they did that doesn't matter. This is a casino. It's structured to take your money. It shouldn't be super surprising to anyone when they do this kind of shady thing, and they get away with it because gambling addicts like Bossman will keep using their platform regardless regardless. After months of speculation, during an IRL stream, Austin confirmed what many people already believed to be true.
No, dude, I was doing coke, man. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's not funny either. I was bad on it, dude. What makes you relapse? Oh, dude, just boredom, complacency, bad moods, gambling. Dude, I'll lose DMing and want to get high, dude. I'll lose it all DMing, and then I'll be like, you know what, I'm just gonna get high, dude. But 3 days clean, baby. Dude, I have had the worst headaches today. You guys have no idea. And I think it's because I'm withdrawing, bro. I was getting high every day for like 6 months, bro. Dude, I'll be honest with you guys.
React to
In a
this,
6 month
please.
Period. 6 month period.
What you got? I mean, good. Good. Because now Asmongold's got to clean it up. Good. Dead smell. What's dead in the attic? Probably one of his relatives. Stinky fucking scumbag. Disgusting. Disgusting.
Consider supporting over there, because you can check out wonderful things like our Sex with Hitler stream, which happened last week. And by the way, Flash, I would like to thank you for the wonderful gifted game you provided for us last week.
Oh, so you did get it too, then? Yeah.
I did, and then I hit it immediately from my gays library.
Sex with Stalin?
Yes. Yeah, thank you. It's been hidden.
How are these games? I've never actually played it.
What would you like to see?
By the way, somebody gifted me that fucking honeypot game too. By the way.
Oh,
I never
that's
played
why
that
you
game.
had. I was like, this is an interesting change
That
of
was a
events
gifted
that you
game.
game.
Flash, were you on last week when I was talking about when I ran?
No, he wasn't here.
Okay, Flash, here we go. This is, you asked, what is it like? This is what it's like. Where are we going? 1, 2, 3, or 4? Or 5? 4? 1? 5. I see 5s. All right. What? No! 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 Oh my God! Ah!
You can't play all them games on Twitch, can ya? Someone give me one of those extremely pornographic games. You can on Kick. Can I really? If someone gives me some mental porn game, I will stream it on Kick. Exclusively on Kick. Someone sent me a website the other day where people are streaming naked again. I can't remember what it was called, but there's some other website. I can't even show it on stream because it was almost like porn, basically. But some of them were playing computer games. I can't remember what it was called, but there's another website hanging out. I would do a naked stream on there just for the fun of it. Just the one. Just play Fallout naked. Let me find out what it was called. Let me find out what it was called. Someone sent it to me. Okay, it's called joystick.tv. And when I looked, there was like, yep, there's like, not quite porn, but there's like ladies over there that would get banned on Twitch now. That sort of thing. Yeah, Plexstorm was a thing for a while, wasn't it? I've never done that. What was I going to say? But yeah, if someone gives me one of those... I saw one game, bro. No one found it for me. Not that that's your fault. But one game, I remember someone dropped the trailer for it. And it was like, one half of the game, it was a Metroidvania. It was a Metroidvania, like, side-scroller fantasy game. And I think the main character's a woman. And the other half of the game was just the main character getting fucked by multiple, like big, like, knights and, like, hairy dudes and stuff. Like, getting gratuitously banged in every orifice in the cutscenes. And then the other half is a Metroidvania game, where she's, like, chopping things up with swords and that. And it was funny because the actual gameplay of it didn't look bad. Like, do you know what I mean? It reminded me of that, like, Salt and Sanctuary or something like that. I mean, it was, yeah, it's not basically porn, it is porn. But, like, there's a game in it as well. But it depends how extreme you're allowed to go on Kick with it, really. But yeah, I would do it, that'd be funny. That's hilarious. Minus starvation. No, I need to eat in Fallout. Hang on. Hang on, chat. Let me eat and then I'll turn this back on. I'm locked in right now. I don't have food. It's over.
Period. I had 2
Fear
days
and hunger.
off of coke. Dude, it's such a waste of money, dude. I spent so much money on it. You guys have no idea. That's true, Pac-Man. There's a lot of fentanyl around. And, dude, I've definitely gotten high off coke and felt like a different high. Trust me. Like it was stronger sometimes. Not just like a coke high. Like there's something up in that bitch.
While it's good that he at least intends to stop doing it and has been sober for a few days, he clearly doesn't plan to stop gambling, which he himself admits is a trigger for his addiction. Worse yet is that, when trying to explain how bad it is, he only mentions that it cost him a lot of money. Although that is true, the effects on his health and lifespan are obviously more important, but the most likely reason he mentions the money it cost him is because he's imagining how much of that money he could have spent gambling. His gambling addiction is so powerful that it motivates him to stop his other addictions so that he can concentrate on making more bets. While he did spend a few days away from streaming while he visited some family in Kentucky, sleuths stayed at work. They found Austin's Bitcoin address, and like all Bitcoin addresses, it's publicly auditable, and examining it revealed that around $27,000 had gone through that address in just a few months. However hard a task it was to find out just how much money Austin was burning through, there were a few methods of finding out, such as checking his rank on his stake account. At this point, he had shown on stream that he was a Platinum 1 VIP rank and was 90% of the way to Platinum 2, which meant he had wagered close to $500,000.
Whoa,
those are rookie
dude.
numbers. He's got to get those numbers up. And as soon as he came back from Kentucky, he went right back to the steak slaughterhouse to practice his baseball pitch.
Oh my god,
As the losses kept piling on, Austin became increasingly distraught and skeptical of steak.
I just lost $200 on roulette. It landed red 12 out of 13 times. I went black every time. Just red, 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 black, red, 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 red. And just, it looks so magnetized, man. I'm not even kidding, bro. It looks so scary. I hope I don't lose my sponsorship because I said that, but dude, that looks so weird, bro.
In the same clip, he says he no longer wants to live hundreds of times in a variety of different ways, which I won't include here, but it's safe to say he was not in a good mood. Being fed up with the unfairness of roulette, he started playing blackjack, which inspired him to give up his baseball training and start considering playing football as a quarterback.
This is wrong.
It's a shame he was sponsored by Steak. If he was partnered up with Punt, this would have been a lot more on brand. Finally, after months of endless abuse perpetrated on him by gambling websites, he decided to switch up his content and try something different by going on a website called Monkey, which is a kind of Omegle alternative that's popular with the youth. You hop on, connect with some random video chatter from around the world, and have a conversation. While this was better than gambling, it didn't go that much better, as he instantly got into an altercation with someone he was accusing of being a scammer.
A gambling site, they pay me $200 a day. You're gonna get arrested, dude. You're gonna do hard time. You're gonna feel like a dumb.
I don't scam, kid.
How are you gonna turn my 100 into 1,000, kid?
Because
how?
Feed you.
How? How can you do it?
Think.
You're getting mad because I'm exposing your little rat. Yeah. Look at this monkey getting mad. What a little monkey. I'm not mean like that at all. I did not mean it like that.
A little bit of a gamer moment there at the end, but as he reassures us, he didn't mean it like that, and I trust him. It's kind of impressive that he's actually capable of spotting someone else being a scammer, given how under the trance of gambling he is. Due to his natural gamer aura, and another instance where he went on Monkey, he happened upon a couple of gentlemen doing a funny gesture with their hands, and not knowing the motivation behind it, he joins them.
Put your hand in the air if you was a weirdo. Put your hands in the air if you like weirdo. Damn, I'm the man. I'm the Mando. I'm a ball up the court, call me Mr. Rondo. You can't even sign yo.
Austin couldn't hear what the guy up front said as he was loudly freestyling over them, but he first hailed a certain German chancellor from the 1930s, and moments after, said the official gamer word.
Alright, whatever that was. Thanks for your... Whoa!
As he soared in popularity, he got another video essay made on him, which was met with a better reception than the last one. Sadly, Monkey activities ended too soon, and Bossman went back to gambling, only to lose every last dime he had, and once again, turn to his own audience to beg for juicers.
I'll take anything, man. I have nothing. I have nothing, bro. I have no money, dude. I have nothing. I have nothing.
Hearing this man cry begging over AI remixed Tupac is truly something to behold. It's also noteworthy that at this point, he rarely even acknowledged that what he was doing was borrowing, since he had spent so long not paying anyone he took loans from. So he started acting like he was just getting that money and wasn't expected to ever pay it back. His addiction was getting so bad that he went from destroying his computer parts to selling them off to make some extra bucks, and the television that was frequently seen in the background of his streams mysteriously disappeared. Either he pawned it for more gambling and drug money like a full-on junkie, or he destroyed it in one of his loss-fueled rampages. And I'm not sure which one is worse. Another symptom of his self-destructive lifestyle that began showing during this time was his mangled fingernail.
So I just kind of let it grow back in, and now this is what my nail looks like. It's disgusting looking.
Immediately after, he shares a story of his about how he once beat up a good friend of his over an unspecified altercation, and in the process of doing it, broke his ring finger so bad that it permanently leaned to the left. It's also interesting that all of his nails are extremely dirty with stuff under them, like a real fiend. None of these were capable of discouraging him, however, as deep down, Bossman knew that the ultimate heater was heading his way, and he wasn't going to listen to what a bunch of rats had to say.
You know what? Only losers leave. Only losers. And I want to be a winner. I'm going big boy.
The only thing he took breaks for was eating his slop, which he did with his mouth open and with the mic on, like a real boss does. As August 2023 came to an end, so did the Bossman's patience, as he became increasingly volatile, going through the two stages of gamble loss: depression,
love, awesome life, dude,
and anger.
My God.
That'll do it.
Oh my God, dude. I'm gonna do something stupid.
Gotta give him props for going all the way to the wall before having some kind of self-reflection and stopping himself before putting another hole in it. There was another close call soon after, where he even squares up as he walks toward the wall before redirecting himself into the hallway.
Oh my God, it's all gone.
At this point, the rat community had reinvented itself and coalesced into increasingly funny variations of his kick handle: Bossman Crack, Lost Man Jack, Bossman Blacked, Austin is a Jew, so on and so forth. In Kiwi Farms, each Bossman crash out and crab dance was being enshrined into GIF format. It got to a point where it was hard to tell the difference between his trolls and his fans, since even the rat community had started to empathize with Austin and vicariously experience joy whenever he won, although they definitely experienced even more joy whenever he lost and blasted through his walls like the Kool-Aid Man. After holding himself back as much as he possibly could, Austin had to let off some steam when he accurately predicted exactly how a game of blackjack, resulting in his loss, would go.
She gonna get the ace, watch. Oh. I'm trying to tell y'all. Dude!
This was such a demoralizing moment for Austin that he immediately shut the stream down and started sending messages in the chat saying he was going to delete his channel. He also mentioned that his hand was now bleeding due to his attack on the wall, and this is the very first instance of Austin expressing any degree of self-awareness about the cynical nature of his gambling. As he typed in his chat, "It doesn't matter if I win 100 or 3,000. It's gone
I
the
remember
next
that.
day. I have a problem and it needs to end. F my life." After this public breakdown in his kick chat, Austin took to his private Discord server to copy-paste his intention to self-delete hundreds of times. But before anyone could even consider the possibility that he might have meant it this time, he came back to gamble some more, although he retained the same dejected outlook on it for a few seconds.
When am I not losing? Tell me when I ever win on roulette. Tell me. Come on, Red, please, man. Let's go. Come on, Red. Yeah!
And like every other time, this one win made him think the tides were turning and he was headed toward a winning streak, only to wake up to reality.
No way, dude. How the f did I just lose it all?
Once again, he went to Discord to vent, saying, LMFAO, I hate my life and no one gives an F. That was sarcasm, by the way. 0 subs, 0 help, F my life. I'm gonna quit this. I'm gonna quit streaming. I'm gonna delete my channels and move on with my life. I can't do this anymore. I can't have hundreds of people watch me lose every single day and not lift a finger to help me. I'm surrounded by people who want to watch my downfall and not help me whatsoever, and that is sad. Last night, I won in Discord, and guess what I did? I gave every single person in my voice chat over $40 a piece. I guess that $40 he claims to have sent to whatever measly amount of people were on his voice chat makes up for the dozens, if not hundreds, of people he scammed and never paid back since he began his gambling career. By the way, there's a non-zero chance that the $40 he gave to people was actually a $40 stake code he got from his sponsor, meaning he got paid on whatever those people lost gambling. Additionally, the sleuths who were closely following Austin's every move alleged that his particularly bad crash outs coincided with whenever he ran out of weed, resulting in him scrambling through his house and digging through his carpet to find leftover nuggets. Despite how bad he was feeling,
one of the
someone
redeemed
named
attractive
Lizzo,
media
after the
custom
infamously
intro.
big-boned singer, commented
You
in
just
his
pick what
chat
you want.
saying they'd eaten 17 cheeseburgers for lunch,
In
and
the
it
channel
instantly
points.
improved his mood as he went on a pretty interesting rant.
Try again with I'd smash. I would absolutely devour that, eat it up, get every last little drop. Finger licking good with that Lizzo. Oh my god, man, that's one of my dream girls.
Taking a short break from gambling, he gets back on Monkey, and a black transgender person exposes they/themselves huge ding-a-ling on screen, much to Austin's dismay.
It's just all kids, bro. I need a person my age. Hello, how you doing? I like your nose ring. That's dope as shit. Oh my god!
There's a lot to take in here. For one, I really like how this incident is preceded with Austin saying he wants someone his age, only for a monkey paw's finger to curl and give him someone his age. Should have been more specific. Secondly, it's funny how, in his fear and despair, he tries to cover this Black Queen's royal scepter up by putting his hand on his computer monitor, as if that would do anything to keep OBS from showing it to his wide audience. This event traumatized him so much that the next time he got on Monkey, he humbly asked for a wiener-free experience.
No today, please, chat. No monkey, please.
Regardless of his penile PTSD, he doesn't miss a beat and gets right back on top.
So Leon say, damn, we got the thick ones. Damn.
When are you opening judge in front, hitting down heavy attack? So I think what you mean, Dio does that?
But I don't like. So I don't.
I think that isn't that his
Eventually,
level
he met his
3.
match, who started freestyle battling him.
I think it's like one of his alternate level 3s, isn't it?
Yo, I'm gonna keep it a buck. That shit was trash. Look what the.
I haven't played that in a little while actually.
It's not on my chin. It's above my lips.
I was
buddy.
doing the SF4
And yes, it's a
combos.
mustache. I don't give a f. You smoke on all of that mid pack. I be smoking Zaza. You smoke on mid pack.
Imagine if Austin didn't gamble and just did this all day. He could actually develop a regular audience due to how entertaining he naturally is. Soon after, he decided to enlighten a couple of youths.
What's up, G? You look like a fucking little bitch.
Oh, who the f you talking
You
to?
you mother. Both you motherfuckers look like some. I get the shotgun, go boom! It go boom! Blow your head off!
Don't make me fucking
blow your head off with my double barrel. Look at them little weak little guns. Yeah, I lift 400 pounds with my cock. I lift 400 with my penis. Have a good one, fellas. Stay in school.
Unfortunately, Monkey Time had to come to an end, and as Austin prepared to make a full-fledged return to gambling, he wisened up and put up some barricades to prevent rat activity. Namely, he began deleting his VODs whenever he did something crazy and restarting the stream so that no one could clip his insane rage moments. Because of this, one of his crash outs in which he lost all of his money and flung his chair across the room nearly became lost media. But fortunately, people found ways to work around his strategy, and I'm pretty sure that this was the clip they were talking about.
I just lost it all. I just lost it all.
Immediately, as he picked up gambling, he became so depressed that he started offering to shave himself bald if someone were to juice him up.
I'll shave my head bald. Will somebody please help me with some money, man? Oh, gosh, dude.
In his depressed stupor, he accidentally doxed himself by showing the banned chat phrases on stream, as well as revealing he had banned over 3,000 people from his chat. Soon after, Austin was promptly welcomed in to the Dimensional Merge.
Oh, Oh, Barbara's Barbussy! Barbussy!
If there's one person whose mojo is powerful enough to sustain the dimensional merge, it's gotta be Boss Man. Finally, after disintegrating entire economies through his stake account, he finally made about $200, which he celebrated in a very unique way.
$248. Damn, that pussy nice!
It is nice indeed, but like always, it didn't last very long. This man is simply unable to stop. In another clip from the same period, he burns through everything he had on his account on slots, all while saying he was gonna leave if he didn't win.
Actually, I'm only gonna do 10 spins. If I don't get in, I'm leaving. I'll do another 10 to see if I can show you how to get in. Do 2 more spins, I'm leaving. 11, I'm leaving. I said I wouldn't go below 11, I lied. 3 more spins, I'm leaving. All right, I'm leaving, guys. 1 more spin, I'm leaving. 1 more spin. Last spin.
Finally, Austin gave up his gambling career to become a bird. As his shenanigans hiked in intensity, people once again got to wondering how much money had gone into the black hole, and in their investigations, they turned up with something interesting. Austin was gambling off stream, and unlike his usual routine, he withdrew a few thousand worth of winnings, paid all of his debt off,
I can't believe this is 5 hours,
and kept $1,600 to himself. All of this being verifiable by checking his crypto address. Given, he already burned through the rest of his money gambling, but it's interesting that when he's off stream, he can at least make the rational decision of investing some of his money back into his Zaza stash. Once they cobbled together a total amount based on his account status, KF user Doot Skeleton concluded that
there's a little bit of info like this
120,000 times.
I mean, I'm assuming so, Juzzy, maybe.
$1 million. Now, despite how absurd these values may seem, we have to keep in mind that the majority of this money came from and immediately went right back to the casino. Obviously, it's not as if Boss Man started out sitting on a stack of $2 million and turned it into dust. Despite their overall acknowledgement that Austin wasn't someone to envy or admire, he quickly went from being infamous to being sympathized with by his trolls, who were now making endearing memes of him. If he really wanted to, he could really turn his online presence around and bank on how many people were practically fans of his who wanted to see him do well. For a moment there, divine intervention even struck, and Austin was repeatedly being met with session errors whenever he tried to start gambling again. If only he took this as a sign to change his ways. How different things could have been. While Austin was winning, he was happy. Too happy, even.
Oh my God! Mom! Mom! Oh my God! Mom! I just won $1,000!
But, as he always does, he started losing again, and not only did he lose all of the money he made gambling off stream, he also smoked through all the stuff he bought. Which, by the way, despite not being too familiar with the ZA, I think should have lasted him a week or two if he didn't hit it so psychotically. Once again, he crashed out on Discord and his Kick chat, and of course, on stream.
No! I lost! Oh my God.
His losing streak continued, and his mood continued to plummet.
This is so sad. This is so sad, dude. I hate my life. When I'm down bad, there is no one there to help me.
Eventually, even his keyboard had to pay the piper. A man can become a terrifying beast once he runs out of his Zaza. Sick of only taking his violence, even Austin's furniture eventually started exacting revenge for what he put them through.
Robert Gorilla Man, how you doing?
I deserve that. I'm being a dickhead.
After embracing this bit of karma, he decides to target his own audience instead, in possibly the most disturbing way imaginable.
You're a vagina, bro. A hairy, old, moldy, blue cheese.
Despite how terribly down bad he was, whenever someone in the chat suggested that Austin go to rehab to recover from all the addictions he was struggling with, he would instantly ban them from chat and Discord, no matter if they were fans of his or even if they were regular juicers. The last straw was when, after years of enduring loyalty, the curtain he'd hanged over the damage he did to his wall gave up the ghost. What's even more saddening is that despite the curtain being Austin's strongest soldier, he barely noticed its demise, carelessly stepping over it twice before someone in chat notified him about it. It's at this moment that we get another inkling of self-awareness from Austin.
It's all gone. I just... kind of... bro! Oh my...
I don't know exactly when, but he eventually stopped hiding the fact that his real objective, as far as what he would do with his winnings, was nothing more than weed money.
I have nothing, dude. There goes my weed money. I was just about to pull it out. Can anybody buy me some weed, man? I'm getting off, dude.
His need for the ZA was such that he took to Discord once again to beg for some money to get his fix. Once he got what he needed, he went right back to streaming, only to lose $2,000 in a single night, sending him into tears. Due to his gambling-induced goldfish memory, he forgot about his losses as soon soon as he started making some back-to-back wins on a game called Keno. At this point, he won so many times in quick succession that he began regressing on an evolutionary scale. But after a sequence of wins and celebratory dances, it was high time for Austin to snap back to reality.
Let's get in the hundo. Here we go. Oh!
As you can see in the beginning of this clip, he had just had his money multiplied by 63, totaling almost $250. But as the man said, he wanted that life-changing money. Unfortunately, the wild boss man's natural prey, the elusive Honda Civic, would once again escape his filthy talons. Almost immediately after this, Austin somehow manages to luck out once again, which for whatever reason prompts him to lash out at his dad.
Oh! Oh my God! Oh my, no!
That'll help.
I'm up like thousands of dollars. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it, man. Don't kill my buzz.
For context, all of these clips of Austin jumping around and screaming like an ape were recorded from 2 to 4 in the morning, which is why his dad is not exactly joyous about his son's escapades. After making it all the way up to $1,500, Austin got a mysterious phone call and had to get off stream. I'm assuming to attend to his nose candy needs. When he returned, he did so in a Discord exclusive stream where he was using a VPN to play on the Rollbit gambling platform, most likely to avoid Stake finding out about it and cutting him off from his partnership. At this point, I'm very happy to announce that the boss man once again avoided the fate that most locals meet, degeneracy. Once a member of his server sent a picture of his body pillow, Austin replied, "What is my Discord turned into? That's it. No more Mochimon, no more Starlight Princess for a week. You're grounded." Based Man Jack has struck once again. Eventually though, the regular stream resumed, but Keno wasn't as kind on boss man's wallet this time around, prompting Austin to be not so kind to his chair. After this, he announced he'd be taking a break from streaming.
Yeah, I've got a few names to get tattooed on me, sadly.
As his luck continuously failed to turn, Keno finally claimed
done.
Austin's sanity once and for all.
I do need to make a trip. Nasty Fripples, how you doing? I can't remember whose, but there's like 3. I've got to check the list. I haven't been tattooed for ages.
Eventually, he comes back to the stream, still having a meltdown, and his priorities are as distorted as ever.
I cannot believe I just lost $300, dude.
Even as he seems to have burst some kind of pipe in his room and injured his hand, the first thing that he thinks about is money. He truly never stops thinking about the grind. As devastating as this particular crash out was, make no mistake, this changed absolutely nothing. As soon as Austin managed to close out the stream, he went on Discord to announce that Stake had dropped him for playing in another casino, and that he was now looking to be sponsored by multiple companies at once. Eventually, Rollbit expressed interest in sponsoring him, although they requested that he fix up the holes in his wall before they partnered, which he dealt with by putting a big shirt over it. Once he secured the Rollbit deal, he proceeded to call his dealer while on stream to order some more nugs of the za, only to have to cancel his order because he was actively gambling his weed money on roulette while he ordered. This man has achieved levels of dopamine dysfunction I have never ever seen before. His situation was so bad that paranormal entities started appearing on his stream to try and intervene, to no avail.
Number 15, Gambling Ghost. Just when you think you've seen it all, you find a ghost in the background of a gambling stream. Kick streamer Bossman Jack is sitting there gambling away his life savings, and there's just an apparition. And it's just standing there menacingly.
Finally, Bossman's plan was coming to fruition, as after Rollbit, he was sponsored by another company called Chanced, which was allegedly connected to the OSRS community through the Chinese parent company that was claimed to run them, RuneBet. RuneBet itself is so shady that it's actually hard to get information about them on the internet. Regardless of the nature of their business, Austin was not a big fan of their sponsorship, as they only allowed for a $3 max bet on Keno. And we all know our boy liked to roll big, hiking his bets up to the hundreds sometimes when he felt particularly comfortable. For context, Keno was one of the games where the house edge is one of the greatest, right up there with slots. So for it to be one of his favorite go-to games just highlights how risky the bets he was making truly were. To prevent fermenting rat activity, Austin spends a little while streaming on Discord, but despite this extra caution, it does nothing to prevent him from crashing out as usual. First, he began talking about how Stake was rigged, as it stopped hitting once he lost his partnership. This is stupid in 2 different ways. First off, of course it's rigged. All casino activity involves some degree of rigging in favor of the people who run the casino. The way the casino makes money is not by everyone winning. It's by everyone thinking they can win, but losing. Secondly, he is once again admitting in in writing to be using Discord streams to break the exclusivity terms of his partnership contracts. It's even funnier when you realize that this meltdown happened because he lost $15 on Steak's website, when he has lost so much more than $15 over the course of his partnership with Steak. After some thorough self-deletion considerations, he starts acting like his Discord followers owed him money for the giveaways he did a few weeks back. I don't even have to explain how insane this is, but what's even more insane is that immediately after claiming he was done with gambling and going to get a regular job and that he needed to treat his parents better, he replied to someone who asked him a simple question, saying, "I'll see your mom tomorrow, or actually tonight after I bang her. God damn, that pee is nice." Eventually, he regained some degree of calm and did another house tour, going as far as to show off his father's guns, which I don't think either of his parents would agree to given how privacy violating it is to have the entire inside of your house shown to strangers on the internet. The period where Austin wasn't partnered with Steak was punctuated by short, extremely stressful streams that ended in Austin almost immediately losing all of his money within minutes of starting, at which point he'd quit, rage off stream, and come back later just to do the same thing all over again. Not exactly fun. Despite how terribly down bad he was, he somehow still had regular juicers sending him a couple bucks to gamble away, and these people were all frequently, if not more screwed up than he was. There was Wolfie, an avid redditor into anime gore, femboys, lollies, and not safe for work 3D animations. There was Adrian, also known as Please Not Me, yes, that kind of nodding, who was into not safe for work 3D animations, but ones that involve women and dogs, or mothers and their sons, if you understand what I mean. This guy is so depraved, he even lusted after giant spiders, however that works. Lastly, there was Bill Smith, former friend of the boss man who fell out with him after he stopped providing more juicers, who had an account on Friend Finder, a hookup website, and his only friend there is Mr. Cockblot56. Regardless of how you or I feel about these people, they're definitely people who boss man not only would, but has outright shunned, and despite that, they continued giving him juicers for quite some time. It's somehow easier to understand throwing your money at OnlyFans girls than dishing out 20s by the bundle so that an insane crack-addled gambler can dust it in 4 minutes and then complain that you haven't given him more money, but to each their own. Finally, the cursed month of September 2023 came to an end, and October started out a lot better for Bossman, who was IRL streaming on Discord and giving his followers some tutorials. Namely, he taught them beat by beat how to smoke some top-notch Ronald Reagan rock.
Derek is like a big plug. He doesn't deal with a lot of people, but he has people that sell it. Yeah, buy bulk from him. Yeah, he's like affiliated. Yeah, he's got someone. Yeah, he's like a blood.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's done more than half his life in prison.
Granted, he was showing this to other adults who can make their own decisions, but it's really funny that he started it by saying no one should do it, only to start explaining and showing exactly how to do it. While I obviously can't show any of his elusive meal prep on stream, we get this one endearing moment of honesty before he finishes up.
Did you see that?
A little bit, the Twitch.
I'm looking like a straight crackhead, bro. Because I am.
Here, he also explicitly names Derek as the person that provides him with his materials, adding that he sells in bulk to other dealers and is gang affiliated, specifically a member of the Bloods. I'd say here that it's deranged how much information about criminal activity Austin is willing to offer people on his Discord server, but it's even more impressive that Derek let Austin know about pretty much his entire operation and doesn't seem bothered by him sharing it online. After getting himself as zonked as possible, Bossman decided to start up a proper stream after a few days of absence. By the way, this is what his setup looks like at this point. He started his stream off by showing his audience his pipe before proceeding to climb up to over $800 and then plummet back to nothing in the span of 10 minutes, which was cataloged through his Discord messages, which went from heart emojis to F my life. A day later, he got up to nearly $1,400, only to once again disintegrate it in 10 minutes, concluding in him claiming he might do something stupid. He doesn't need to worry about that. He's already doing something stupid, or at least that's what a rat would say. Of course, I do understand the Warren Buffett-like investing strategies of the boss man. Eventually, his losing streak led him to abruptly attack his bedroom after a prolonged peace treaty.
Last one, guys. I swear to God, I'm leaving. Oh!
Because he disliked the chanced sponsor, he often put up the BRB screen while he secretly went over to Stake to play on Keno, which in turn led to him coming back from the BRB just to announce to his audience that he had lost all of his money off stream. Then he did the classic scamfluencer tactic of going to his audience and literally saying, "If every one of my followers gave me $1, the only difference between this crash out and the 100 other ones is that this time around he actually acted on one of his promises. He deleted his Discord server. As far as his promise to quit everything and get a real job, yeah, that one he didn't really follow through on. A couple of days later, he was right back where he started.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god! No way, dude!
Due to how poorly his partnership with Chanced was going, they cut his pay in half, and soon after, he announced that he lost his partnership with them altogether, which he didn't really mourn since he hated their website and wanted to go back to his beloved Keno. The break in his relationship with Chanced happened due to Austin allegedly not getting a redeposit of $1,000 he'd won on slots, prompting him to go live and give his audience a prolonged rant about why their site was awful and unfair, all while he played Stakes Keno. While he is completely delusional about gambling in general, you could see a tangible improvement in his mood as soon as he returned to Stake, which was sent into the stratosphere once he hit a big $500 win.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Bro! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Before he even withdrew any of it, he immediately picked up his phone and started calling up his dealer.
Oh my god, yes, 1 ounce of your finest kush, sir. 1 ounce of your finest kush, 2 ounces.
Over the course of 4 different started and abruptly ended streams, he lost all the money, leading him to stop for the day. After this sad ending to a roller coaster ride of relentless spins, Austin decided that it was time to stop playing around and put up the hottest heater the rats had ever laid eyes on. A couple of days after his embarrassing loss when returning to Keno, the boss man started out fresh with a $200 deposit. Within 2 minutes, he hit a 13x and climbed up to almost $900.
Yeah! Oh my god! Woo! Who believed in the climb? Give yourself a pat on the mother back.
At this point, the rats were already trembling, in fear of the crack-addled behemoth of Central Virginia turning his life around. Seconds later, he went up to $1 grand, and then to nearly $1,300, as the rate of deaths by heart attack in rodents went up precipitously. 3 minutes into his Keno carnage, Austin decided to go big or go home, and raised his bet amount to a whopping $150.
Dude, we're gonna go for the Hail Mary. Everybody please, wish me luck. Hail Mary 150, oh my god. Hail Mary.
That sounds good.
Oh, touchdown!
At this point, pest control services worldwide were being ran out of business due to rats acking themselves en masse. Feeling the heat, Austin decided to double down.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god, dude! Let's go! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, bro! Oh my god!
For a brief moment, after turning his $200 deposit into nearly $2.5 grand, Austin considered withdrawing. He considered pulling out, but he immediately sensed that his streak was too smoldering hot to cut short. He proceeded to burn himself down to $1 grand and some change, only to come back up to $2,500, all the while mocking his detractors in the chat, telling him to stop while he was ahead.
Oh my god, 3 grand. 3 grand.
Yeah, bro.
It's really funny how he repeatedly said he'd leave at 2,000, and despite going past it 3 times, both in the upward and in the downward trajectory, he acts like he's holding himself to some standard.
Yeah, I needed that! That was my last shot. I said I'd leave at 2K. I had to keep my word. I like to keep my word always. I try to.
Immediately after, he lost and got back down to 2K, and this was his reaction.
No! Oops, my finger slipped. Shit, my finger slipped again. Oh my god. All right, 1,500 lowest I'll go. Yeah!
After a couple of minutes of hovering around the 3,000 mark, he blasted through 4,000 and into 5,000 in a few seconds. His pledge then changed so that he would leave before he went below 4,000. And of course, he acted like he never said it when he actually burned himself down below that amount. But just because of these small L's he took, doesn't mean he wasn't heading toward another massive W.
Get in the bag! Get in the bag! Get in the bag! Oh my god! Holy shitballs, man.
Due to his increasing ambition, he once again melted back down to 4,000 and some change, at which point he decided to take a more radical approach.
We went down this far below earlier. Hit him with the 450 piece. Hit him with the 450 piece, Austin. You gotta hit him with a left upper hook right here. Oh my god.
After this tactic failed miserably, he went back to throwing hundreds at Keno hopelessly, slowly dwindling down his total, unable to stop, once again heading far below 4,000. At around 12 minutes into his rampage, he couldn't help himself and had to call up his dealer to get himself some gourmet za, muting himself so no one in the audience could hear what he was saying. When he came back, he made hitting 7,000 his new goal, despite the fact he already had enough to get himself a decent used car. Given his living conditions are comparable to a house hit by the Dresden bombing, I don't think he should be setting his standards too high as to what car he'll drive. Well, regardless, I don't think it matters, because even if he did get a car, he'd end up chopping it up and selling it for more za money and juicers. Within 1 minute of Austin calling up his dealer, he hit 7,000.
Yes, yes! Oh my god! Dude, there's no...
The fact that he hit exactly $7,000 on the dot could maybe be a sign that it was high time for him to stop gambling right then and there and just take his winnings home. However, it turns out that immediately after he got up to $7,000, every car dealership and used car lot in the United States raised the prices of a Honda Civic to exactly $7,001. So he just had to keep going. Somehow, despite all odds, which I realize is an expression, but literally against the actual odds of this happening, the boss man continued to win, getting up to $9,000. Despite the fact he hadn't withdrawn the money yet, he ran to go tell his parents how much he had made.
Dad, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry, Dad. I just won $9,000. 9!
Unexplainably, after hitting the milestone of $9,000, he decided to make one last run at Keno, and within a minute, he blazed right through $11,000 and finally $13,000. Drawing from the power of every single one of his ancestors, and with some degree of divine intervention, Austin was somehow capable of walking away from the keyboard while he was still up, for the very first time in his life.
500, if I lose, I'm leaving. Okay. Last one, here we go. I'm out. Oh my god, I'm out.
What's crazier is that while 12 or 13 grand is a lot of money, that $200 he began with was what was left over from a previous Keno bender in which he got up to 5 grand, put most of it in the vault, claiming he was going to buy a car and a new graphics card, only to slowly but surely take it all out of the vault and gamble it away. According to all known laws of gambling, there is no way that Boss Man should be able to reach these heights. He was promptly contacted by the stake bot, and due to him being violently high during both of his winnings and doing other substances, he started replying to the bot like it was a real person. The bot was informing him of the benefits he'd now have as a Platinum 3 player, which meant that over $1 million worth of money had gone through his account. Sadly, sleuths who were keeping track of Boss Man's crypto wallet were able to see that he hadn't withdrawn after all and had continued to gamble, slowly going from a little over 12 grand to below $4,000. After all of that climb, nothing had really changed, and Austin was going to make sure his winnings made no difference by gradually chipping away at them, all while reassuring himself that he was still going to have enough to get himself a car at the end. When people started complaining that he was continually pulling out his winnings in order to keep making bets, this is what he said.
Let me tell you something. When you on a heater, don't just leave because you just won a lot. You might win a whole lot more than what you just won. That's a pro tip from a professional gambler, if you do, if I can't say so myself, pro gambler. Oh my god! Oh my god, guys, look what just happened!
The fact that he won at the end, but that the money he won was far less than he ultimately lost by repeatedly drawing from his vault to keep gambling is a very special kind of funny. But just when you thought that this would run the usual course of Austin burning himself all the way down to zero and then crying and complaining that no one would juice him, something even more unexpected happened. Once he got down to $1,000 and started climbing back up again, he apparently took the wins for granted and began taking huge chances, betting hundreds of dollars per round of Keno. At one point, even getting up to over 1,000 on a single spin. This had all the makings of another legendary Boss Man breakdown, but unexplainably, he started winning again. A minute into his final Keno escapade, he turned a $900 bet into a total of $16,500. This was more than his historical 12,000 run from earlier, and once again, he started talking about cashing out. Talking being the operative word here, because, like always, he didn't. His gumption got the best of him, and he immediately tried to bet a whopping 3 grand on a single spin, but the site wouldn't allow him to do it.
Oh, it's too much. It's too much. You can't even do it for 3,000 Keno. You can do 1,000 though. Here we go.
Again, the odds were stacked as high as possible against our boy, and somehow he made it through.
Oh, holy crap. I'm moving out. I'm moving out. I'm moving out. I have 30K. I have 30K. Oh my God. Mom.
What comes next is almost painful to watch. Despite having well over $20,000, Bossman proceeds to do 10 consecutive 1 grand spins and lose every single dollar. Once he whittled his total down to 10,000, he doesn't stop and cash out. No, that would be a coward's move. And as he himself has said, scared money don't make no money. He just brings his bet down to 500 and continues to spin, only to bring it back up to 1,000 instantly and continue to disintegrate his money.
Bro, if I won
And
30
another
grand
act
on an
of
arcade,
serendipitous
like,
torture
on a
from
gambling
whatever
thing, bro, you have
demonic
no
entity
idea.
is in charge of gambling. After he goes all the way down to a
It's
measly
like
3
that's
grand,
like my
he
house
hits a
thing for a
63x
year.
and balloons
It's like
back
my
up to
bills
19
for a
grand.
year.
Oh my god, just hit
And
one.
enough
There
left
we
for
go.
like
Oh
a
my
new
God.
car or to do some shit to mine.
My mother
Sort the basement out.
God! Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Oh my god! Holy crap, dude! This is like a movie.
Once again, feeling like he's on the hot streak of all hot streaks, he hikes his bet amount up to 1 grand again and proceeds
It's
to
okay,
spin
the
his
drugs
wheels
will
in the
kill him
mud
soon
while
enough.
screaming.
Get out the way! Move! Get out the way! Get out the way! Get out the way!
Despite the massive hype he's exhibiting here, it quickly dies down as he proceeds to lose on the majority of the next spins. And eventually, a smidgen of sense kicks in, and he brings his bet amount back down to 500 for a few spins until he goes back up to 1,000. This downright stupid move brings him back down to just $6,000, at which point he takes a break from the stream to recollect himself. When he comes back, he continues to spin 500s until he gets to 3,000, at which point, for reasons only a psychic, omniscient gambler like Bossman would understand, he brings it back up to 1,000 and continues to self-destruct, almost accepting defeat as he did it.
Oh my god. Holy crap. Oh well. This I got a crazy story to tell later.
But right as the Bossman plane stalled and was heading towards total incineration, the unimaginable somehow happened again. First to nearly 10,000.
Yeah! 8K win! 8K win!
Then to 19.
Oh! 19K! 19K! We're getting up over our record.
Then to 24.
Go back up to that wow. There you go. Oh my god, 24K. 24K.
And after a brief small period of losses to a never seen before 30 that led Austin to once again transform into an animal, this time a seal.
There it is! There it is, boys! What I say? What did I say? Oh my god!
Shortly after, he topped this amount once again by getting to $37 and finally $40,000.
Right.
It gives me anxiety to see him continue to bet after he hits 40, saying that he wants to see if he'll hit 50. On one hand, I feel like a sadistic Bogendov brother who vicariously gets off on seeing Bossman endlessly stuck in the gambling equivalent of Mr. Bones' wild ride. On the other hand, I'm in the same ride with Austin, experiencing the same pain and the same joy that he does, and hoping that he wins and cashes out despite how undeserved that good ending is. He eventually manages to hit $48,000 before melting back down to 30 repeatedly and ending up going down to 18,000. Make no mistake though, this is still a historical win of unprecedented proportions and possibly done on purpose by whoever was Austin's original stake handler to buy back his undying loyalty to their company. It's important to remember that Austin got to the heights he got to while still having 13,000 in his stake vault from his previous winnings. So in reality, he peaked at a little over 60,000 and ended up with a total of 31. It's half of what it could have been, but it's also way, way more than what it should have been. So he got a lot of money. Regardless of how much he really lost, he could still afford everything he wanted with his money, which makes it that much more disheartening to see that after all this, the closest thing to actually cashing out Austin can come to is saying he'll take a breather. It pains me to say that of the 18,000 he got in this Keno run, he only cashed out 10. The remaining 8 being set aside to be re-gambled, which inevitably meant it got sucked back into the stake void from whence it came. In an even worse turn of events, when he bottomed out of the money he'd kept to continue gambling, he slowly but surely took out the money he'd saved in his vault at $500 a pop, and all of it was eaten up by stake. All of it. It's hard to even believe the words coming out of my mouth, and Austin was having some trouble believing it himself.
I just lost $40,000 today, man. I can't believe it, man.
This one time, his depressed attitude got the jump on his coke rage, and he managed to walk away from the bottomless pit that was his wallet without turning into Juggernaut from X-Men. I guess we can call that character development. On his Discord, he said, "Well guys, I lost it all. And you know what? That's okay. It's not like I earned it. I clicked on my mouse a few times and somehow made 40 grand. Yeah, I'm dumb for losing it, but I still got 3 meals and a cot, as well as awesome viewers like you guys that watch me every day and give me a reason to get out of bed. So thank you guys. Thank you guys for being there for me through all the ups and downs I go through. Much love,
That's
everyone.
weird.
For me, this cemented him as the ultimate anti-cow. The man who would not be what they wanted him to be. The arch enemy of all rats. Permanently plot armored against ridicule. The boss man. Embracing his loss with grace, Austin took a quick break from gambling for some monkey action, and once again, got more than what he bargained for. First, there was some kind of magical Mediterranean man with paranormal TV access.
What up, dude? Hey, what's up, brother? I'm just out to brag about no pay-per-view for any NFL game. I watched every game today for free, dude. No shot. Are you serious? Oh my God! He got all the games for free! No way, you're being serious? Dude, hook me up!
Then, he put some of his white boy riz on a few queens to some mixed reactions.
White boy part of the gang, you feel me? I'm part of that. I go, bang! You know what I'm saying? She knows what's good. The one in the middle knows. She knows I'm gang. Yep. No, I'm gang. I'm not gay.
It's really nice to see himself enjoying and not wallowing in his loss. I guess a man who's already lost it all can only win. That is, unless he gets more juicers, in which case he can go on losing for as long as he can breathe. Now, armed with his high-tech rat
I
spotting
saw a
binoculars,
little bit of that
there was
robot
nothing that
gorilla
could
man.
stop
It weren't all that. I saw a few clips. It wasn't that.
There
you
was
know.
nothing that could stop him. Proof of this is that immediately after he started gambling again, he suffered another loss, prompting him to promise to quit and delete his kick, followed by a Discord crash out, attacking the rats, unwilling to juice him so that he could go on another heater.
It's almost like he's like in front of like all his boys trying to act cool. He goes in here, he goes, "Hey, boss man Jack, how you doing?" I said, "Bro, I just smashed your mom's so hard."
I won't go over the entirety of this incident, but Austin ended up spending hours working toward what came to be referred to as the Rat Inquisition, as he rooted out concealed rats in his Discord community. When he finally fired up a stream on Kick, he continued to rant and rave about how much the rats pissed him off, while he got thoroughly cleaned out by Kino. Strangely, his anger here actually made him more coherent than usual, instead of the opposite.
I'll tell you what though, I'm blessed, man. I have one of the best families you could ever ask for, bro. And I'll be honest with you guys, I have definitely mistreated them over the last few years. Not to that extent.
What will you call your
haters?
haters?
But do I show them as much love as they deserve and that I should give to them? No.
The rats angered him to the point where he was struggling to contain Based Man episodes,
No.
and Austin started delivering prophecies to
Giving
his
them a
viewers.
name makes
We need
them
help,
too
man.
special,
Everyone in this world
Juzzy.
needs so much help, dude. I think the end of the
They're
world's
just
coming sooner than you guys
cunts,
think.
obviously, aren't they?
I honestly think the end of the world is coming a lot sooner than you guys even could imagine. And I'm not just saying that, man. The world has gone a very dark slope downhill.
But before you think he's gone full schizo, he brings it back down and opens up.
I went to a doctor's appointment today. I'm on medication. I've been on medication for years. I'm actually scared to get off it. I was literally out of my mind before I was on this medication. I think there are good medications for certain people, and there's bad medications. I think I'm on a good medication for myself. Everyone can have their own opinion about everything. That's fine.
After this extended
He has no
sequence of
money.
direct engagements with the chat, now mostly rat-free due to the Inquisition, the stream goes on as usual, though as it came to an end, Austin ended up sleeping with the stream on accident. Funnily enough, it seemed that he began dreaming and muttering to himself as if he was still alive and gambling, resulting in this audio clip. If you didn't catch that, that's our boy saying, "Damn, I just lost it all." Even in his dreams, he's getting felted on Kino. Eventually, when he returned, he wasn't in as
stop
peaceful
saying
of a
Kino.
mood, which concluded in the early passing of yet another headset. He once again started threatening to do drastic things to himself, as well as promising to quit streaming, only to return later in a better mood to explain himself. I want to apologize to everyone about earlier. I'll be honest with you guys, I just quit using substances, and I'm on day 3, and I'm literally going insane. Please keep me in your prayers and wishes. I didn't want to make it public until I was a week clean, but I'm struggling, guys. Despite his attempt at walking back his inflammatory words, the rats weren't having it, and while they thoroughly vandalized his offline Kick chat with jokes about Austin and his lore, they began heavily circulating a picture of the boss man holding a funny pebble. But it's a kind of pebble that only the most esoteric of individuals are known to light up and smoke. After calming down, he started streaming again, only to get wiped and crash out again.
I just lost it all.
As soon as he got back on his computer, he looked up how to contact Kick on YouTube and watched intently as a guy with an Indian accent broke down the already easy task of emailing the support email that Kick provides every user with. He went as far as to read out loud the email he was sending them.
Honestly, I don't know yet. There is no iOS app, Android app.
I'm done, guys. I'm done doing
There
this.
is only website.
I'm done with the harassment. I'm done with losing. I'm done with being miserable all the time. I'm done.
I think 3 just steps, then just right.
Okay, support at Kick. All right. All right, guys. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed the streams over the years, man. This is it for me, dude. I need my account deleted. I am miserable. I hate my life. Streaming makes everything so much worse. I'm sorry, John. You just wasted that, dude. I'm getting off, dude. I'm done streaming, dude.
The thing is, whenever he's clearly belaboring the deletion of his account as much as possible, it's because on some subconscious level, he knows he'll be back. If he actually did the very simple things necessary to stop streaming or exclude himself from being capable of gambling or streaming again, he'd have an extremely hard time coming back, as there are structures set up precisely for gambling addicts to help recover. However, it's clear he does everything in his power to stop gambling and streaming, except for the things he knows will work way too well. To the shock of precisely no one, just a little while after he promised to leave his online gambling career behind him, he sent a message on Discord, which read, "I ain't going nowhere. F these rats." The Boss Man's cycle of responses is undefeated and undisputed. Fortunately for our entertainment and his sanity, he slow-rolled his return a little bit, getting on Monkey for a while before he hopped back on Stake. While this Monkey sesh didn't yield great results, one girl he tried to rizz up decided to psychoanalyze him instead.
What's up? Damn! Damn. I want to butter your butt up and call you a biscuit.
Oh my god, what happened to your wall?
That was when you were here last week. You don't remember?
Oh my god, it's right there too. You have
Yeah.
some anger issues, brother.
Hey, listen, I can't control.
I think if I looked in the dictionary and looked up the word red flag, a picture of your face would be next to it.
Red flag of what?
You're a red flag.
Of what? A red flag of what?
Getting nothing good out of Monkey, he decided to get to the meat of his stream, only to be further harassed by rats who joined his blackjack game with names such as Bossman Crack and Derek Xmas. While I very unfortunately can't show you what I'm about to cover, people made an anime edit of the Bossman smoking some primo boulders in what seems to be an apple. Yes, an apple. It seems this arboreal smoking utensil blessed him with a heater as he proceeded to rocket up to $1,700, only to lose all of it and vow to self-exclude from every casino. But before he even got the opportunity to break his vow, the moderation of Kick intervened on his behalf and banned his account. For a moment there, it really looks like they were giving him a way out of his crippling addiction, and finally, he could walk away from it all for good, until the rat who was responsible for reporting him revealed himself, saying, "I just want to let you know that I'm the one who recorded your stream and sent a report to Kick regarding your racism toward the black people you were talking to on Monkey. I also mentioned your health, harming others and yourself, mentally and physically, on stream, everyday gambling. Get your life together. Maybe we'll see you on Facebook or YouTube Live soon." I'm not going to act like Boss Man wasn't going to come back one way or the other here. We all know he'd find a way to play Keno again. But the fact that this guy came out and identified himself, at least at this very moment, single-handedly lit a fire under Austin, consisting of pure and relentless seething hatred for all rats, which fueled his comeback sooner rather than later.
Fuck
After
Pirate Software,
extensively
dude, and
ridiculing this
Asmongold.
guy for reporting
Fuck
him,
both of
Austin
them.
revealed that his ban only lasted for 7 days, meaning he'd be back on Kick in a week. And I do have to specifically say back on Kick here because while he was banned on that platform, he somehow found a way to get back on Twitch. And to celebrate his early return to streaming, he introduced his mom to the stream.
Alright, guys.
1 hour, 40 more minutes of this. Sorry, I was wrong about that. We've watched 1 hour and 40. There's 3 hours and like 50 minutes left. What? Yeah, I feel like you're right. There is a lot of just like the same old shit, isn't it? I think you're right. It is a lot of the same thing. Is all of it? Someone said it was alright, and then some people said it dragged. I can see what they mean. It's not. There's no. It doesn't really seem chronological or like some of the other videos. It's just a lot of rage outs and then just some stuff as it occurs. Some of it's funny. Some of it is chronological. The things about what websites he was on. But it's still very like I don't know. We didn't miss anything from the guy, did we? He hit the goal. Did he beg more? He must have begged more, right? He was definitely begging more. So he's going to be begging hard tonight. What did he end up?
Find items, and we may get to that underground castle that we just found.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. There's still
Castle. He put the guy's name in again. Look at that hair. Bro, look at that. What is that? What in God's name is that? I can't grab it. What is that? Look at that.
I think he has autism.
He just can't get no sunlight. Insanity, how you doing? Samurai Sons, did I say how you doing? Nanny Joe, by the way. Or Nanny something. I missed that shit. But I mean, that is... Look at the line round where his ear goes. Like, what's that?
Okay. So tonight, Dave the Diver.
Look. Fuck is that, bro?
Okay. So tonight, Dave the Diver on the late stream, the big premiere. Never played it before. We'll see what it's all about. 6:45 p.m. Pacific time. On tonight's late stream, it is do or die. If we hit 2 goals tonight on the late stream, I'll be doing
he's going
the
again.
Viewers' Choice Marathon tomorrow.
He's going to be begging hard.
If we do not hit 2 goals on the late stream, then we will not be doing the marathon tomorrow. It will have to wait until we actually hit the 50 goals. Okay? So let's see how it goes on the late stream.
Which will be one day, most probably. It'll be one day. He's making it sound like, oh, if you don't get it, who knows when it's going to be. It's like, if you don't get it, it's going to be the next day. What the fuck is that with the fit? I mean, bro, your guess is as good as mine. He looks so disheveled and awful, doesn't he? Right, anyway. It's that time again. It's that time again where I end the stream and say goodnight. I'm so sorry. I didn't want it to be like this. I'd have watched more of that Boss Man Jack video. Gamp, I'm so sorry. Not tonight. How much for overtime? No. No. Save your money. I won't do that to you. Oh, I see. Where are you, Real? I see you on Kick there, bro. All 3 of you. I'm watching all 3 sites. I'm focusing. No, I would have stayed later, but not tonight. I can't tonight. Tomorrow, I've got gym. I might stream after it for a little bit. Then Wednesday, I'm working. Thursday, and then Saturday, then Friday, Saturday weekend, kids, terrors, and all that. But yeah, thanks everybody for hanging out. Stream fucks up a little bit, but we're still here. It's all good. Have a nice night, and I'll see you soon in that.